Hi, welcome to Hardcover. My name is Rodrigo, and I'll be your host for today. A while ago, we did a show on mobile DJs, which was pretty interesting, and today we're doing one on radio talk DJs. With me to my left, I have Denise Morales, Harv Roman, both from CYC, Carrie Cortinas, Dr. Feelgood from WCRX, and Ty Wansley from WGCI. Welcome to Hardcover. Okay, first of all, how did you get into radio business, and how old were you?
Me? Let's see. I attended a vocational school a while ago, and I got a certificate in broadcasting. And that's how I got into CYC. I've always been interested in like the journalism part of it, you know, ever since I was small. In high school I was taking a lot of journalistic courses and things like that, and then before I went to that school I took a few courses at junior college.
And Harv?
Oh, you're a big star. 1981, I got a scholarship. Wasn't sure what to do with the money. When I was a kid, I liked playing around with tape recorders, so I figured why not go to broadcasting school. I sat on that after I graduated from there, and then working through Chicago Boys and Girls Clubs, they let me know about WCYC at Little Village, and all of a sudden, there I am.
Okay.
In 1981, when I was 14, I read an ad in the newspaper for training classes at WCYC. So I decided to take that, and I did. And then I got really serious into it, and I started to go to Columbia College, majoring in radio, and then I joined the radio station WCRX, and that led me to get another job at WKQX, which is also known as Q101, so I'm at CRX Q101 now.
Okay, and
it's very simple with me. I started out coming out of high school not knowing what I wanted to do, so I tried the engineering field. I didn't like that because of the math, so I decided to do something I like to do, which is talk and music. Put the two together, and I landed at Columbia. Got into radio and enjoyed it.
Well, when I came out of junior college, I liked writing, and I had some pretty good writing skills. Excuse me. And I started writing plays and teleplays in short one-acts. And I was writing for a community college in Southern California. The station manager of a radio station happened to see one of my productions, asked the head of the department who did it, said he needed somebody to write scripts for a radio station. That's how I started. I started as a writer and evolved into talk.
okay. Now, why did you choose this profession? Was it for the money, the recognition, or the popularity?
Anybody?
Anybody?
I like tape recorders. I liked hearing my voice. I figured it would be neat to get on the radio. I was telling Ty earlier that I grew up listening to people like Tom Joyner, and it was just something where I thought that I could make a splash, and it was, you know, no big thing. I like working with people. I like radio, and it's just a field that I'm interested in.
Well, for me, it's definitely not the money, because the money's not there when you first start out. For me, it was music. I love music. Music is the key, and that's why I wanted to get into it.
Okay.
I feel the same way Carrie does, because I just enjoy music, and I love talking, so put the two together.
Well, as I said initially, I like to write, and writing is an integral part of my job in talk, so I have to do about 70-30 talk to writing, so I like to combine the best of both worlds. But the money's not bad in Chicago radio either.
Okay. Did you get nervous when you first started, or was somebody there to help you out?
Yeah, I was very nervous when I first started because I'm more of a news-oriented person. My high point is news, writing copy, and so on. When I was in school and doing practice shows, it takes a while for it to, you know, as you could probably understand. So, yeah.
Okay. Anybody else?
I think anybody gets nervous when you're doing this stuff. You just have to get used to the fact that you're talking to the one microphone and not the potentially millions of people that could be listening to you. So anybody, especially on their first show, is going to be nervous, and maybe you do need somebody to hold your hand a little bit.
I agree. It's everyone's nervous. You do your first show. You can't help but to think that there are people listening to you.
Kind of like I feel right now.
It's like Harv once told me, you get something that you like a favorite stuffed animal, put it in front of the microphone and talk to it, you know? So yeah.
That helps a lot.
That's what's going down.
Okay, who sponsors the radio stations? Is it a profit or non-profit?
Well, it probably depends on the radio station you're talking about. With WCYC, the Women's Board of the Chicago Boys and Girls Clubs of Chicago run it in terms of budget money and stuff like that. We don't run commercials. We do donations of tickets that come in for different concerts and stuff, but that, we don't charge for that. There's a sporadic sponsorship, but it doesn't really happen unless the Boys and Girls Clubs put some money into it, in our case. But then with the other two radio stations, they're very different.
For WCRX, we're funded by Columbia College. We are a college radio station, so all the money that we need for the station comes from Columbia College.
And GCI is a commercial radio station. We're owned by Gannett Publishing Company.
Okay, what kind of equipment do you use for the music? Is it turntable records or reels or cartridges? What?
It's a combination of it all, I guess. With us, we have cart machines, which are 4-track carts. You have turntables, you have cassettes, and you have reels. It probably depends on what's the most convenient at the time, whether it be a pre-recorded show, which would be on reel, or the regular rotated music, which would be on cart, or a special program that we have turntables for.
Okay.
It's the same thing with WCRX.
Okay.
Basically, the turntables, carts, 2-track, 4-track, everything.
Same thing.
Basically the same in commercial radio as well.
Okay, and do you play pretty much what you want, or do you have somebody telling you what you have to play?
I have Harv telling me what to play. I have to follow a music log. I'm sure everybody does, but yeah, you follow a music log.
Okay. And if it was up to you, what would you want to play on the air?
Me, I enjoy top 40, dance music. So basically that's what, well, we're not really into top 40, but we do play a tidbit of it, I guess.
It also depends on the demand for the certain amount of music. We're based on the South Side. On the South Side right now, there seems to be a big movement for the alternative music. We do that. And we have a couple of DJs who, Juan has like this incredible collection of oldies, so why not use them? So they're not restricted to doing what I say. I mean, if they have an idea for something, the neat thing about a small college-type radio station is you can experiment with it. So even though Denise does a regular formatted show, if she had come up with a certain type of show that she wanted to do, then I would allow her the chance to do it.
Okay.
With WCRX, our format is urban contempt / dance music. And in our case, well, personally me, I love the music we're playing now. I think it's a matter of how often I get to play it, because we run on a computer system, a selector system. The computer tells us what to play. It spits out all the music at us, so we have no choice.
Why is it then that some stations could play certain kind of music that others can't or won't play?
Not all stations are comfortable playing that type of music. Some stations are with GCI, they are noted for the, I guess, the black-oriented urban contemporary music. They're a commercial station, that is their market. With the two college-type stations, CRX and CYC, you're looking at alternative-type music, stuff that the other major stations are not playing because they're a lot easier to pick up than we are. I allow for them to do basically what they want, but with radio, it's a market system. If there's something already being done, other stations probably won't want to duplicate it, so we all got to kind of carve out whatever we want to do.
And for us, I think you agree that to say that we have a really big research department, we go out there and find out what our listeners want to hear, and we have an intense research department. We do phone requests, we do call out to record stores, we do a lot of research, and that tells us who our audience is, black and Hispanic, ages 15 to 25. We play what they want to hear.
Also, we try to keep in mind also we're trying to play alternative music, but we try to play the music first. That's our motto. We try to play the new music first before anybody, before GCI or before anybody. and I think we do very well at that.
Okay. Could anyone just make any kind of song, record, and just take it to your station and you'll play it? Or
We've had that.
do you have rules that say?
Well, with us, it depends. I mean, if it fits the format, fine. I mean, I like to play Chicago music with our station because we're a Chicago radio station. Too often it is hard to get into the major radio stations with your own music. So if somebody submits something, as long as it fits our format, as long as it's clean and it's not all that controversial, we'll play it. I don't know what the other policies are.
Well, WCRX, if someone comes to us, we have 2 music directors and they decide on it. We don't play anything off a cassette. It has to be pressed in order for our listeners to be able to obtain it. And we'd rather have it on record.
Okay. Well, that's all the time we have for right now, and we're going to look at a radio station, WCYC, and we'll be right back with Maria Reyes for more discussion. Thank you.
Hi, this is Sandy, and I'm here with Denise Morales from CYC radio station, and we'd like to know what's your job here? What do you do here?
Okay, I'm assistant news director as well as being a jock over here. We have a couple of shows a week, Monday and Wednesday, 12 to 3, that's when my shows are on, and also on Saturdays from 11 to 12 with Lover's Lane with Harv Roman, the producer, program director over here. So.
How did you learn how to use all this equipment? How did you learn to use it?
Well, I went to school before I started here. I didn't go to a 4-year college. I went to a vocational college. Boy, that light is bright. Anyway, they teach you all that stuff, you know, and then you get your piece of paper, you get licensed by the FCC, and you're licensed to announce at any radio station. So this is just a start.
Well, what about those that are not licensed? Because I know there's a lot of teenagers that, you know, come and they host. Are they licensed too?
Well, originally, you're really supposed to be, let me just get something here. You're supposed to be licensed. It's against the law of the FCC rules to go on the air announcing anything without having an FCC license. So, that's it.
How do you know when you're on the air and when you're supposed to go on the air and you're not on the air?
How do I know? I'm sorry.
How do you know when you're supposed to, you know, go on the air?
How do you know when the sound, when the music is on, and how do you know when you're speaking?
Okay, that's what these dials are for. Like right now, this music is playing, and this is telling me, like, the frequency of how the music is going. When this needle stops moving, there's no music. Now, when I'm talking, this needle will move, and really, it's supposed to keep this out of the red. That's how I know. Or, you know, you have your earphones, and these knobs control the earphones. This is what you're hearing.
How do you know how many listeners you're getting?
That's our transmitter, okay? And that is an approximate number of how many listeners we're getting. That is, I don't really know exactly how that works, but the higher the numbers go, the farther our frequency goes out.
Hi, welcome back to Hardcover. My name is Maria Reyes, and I'm here with Chicago radio DJs. On a social level, do you think music affects people? Anyone?
Yeah, sure it does. You got Madonna turning a bunch of girls into navel-bearing maniacs. Michael Jackson turns people into million zipper-wearing suits. And then you do have, though, groups like U2 who affect the masses in terms of the social messages. Yeah, sure it does.
Do you view some music as racist or sexist?
I think radio tries to stay away from that. People say some songs are